Matthew's house. What was in that house? His past. The underworld. The outcasts, the sinners, the prostitutes. He could keep that all separate. He could keep it all separate. He could go on like that, but you know, he says, wait a minute. God didn't want to keep himself separate from me. So why should I keep my life separate from him? God says, I don't want to keep myself separate from your life. So why do we keep our life separate from him? Remember what I told you the other week ago, that the word, very, very profound mystery, that the word for the maiden who becomes the bride means in Hebrew one who hides herself, keeps herself. But the word for the bridegroom, chatan in Hebrew, means the one who joins himself to her. God is the one, we're the one who we keep. God is the one who joins himself to us. He joins himself. So he's saying, listen, don't keep that part. I've been around for a long time. The Lord has seen it all. Bring it to me. Bring it to me. Let me come into it. Matthew is doing a great thing. He's exposing his whole life to God. Not keeping a room, not cleaning up. Just take it, Lord. Messiah's going to come, bring healing. You know, his name, Matthew, Matityahu, in Hebrew, his parents gave him this name. It means the gift of God. The gift of God. But his life was anything but a gift. Underworld, unscrupulous, underworld. But then one day he says yes to Messiah. But that's not enough. He's got to come into my house. It would have been easy to say, no, just pass along that. But Matthew says, no. He might have even been showing some of the other ones. He might have even been showing the rest of the disciples, hey, listen, this is my life. Here, I'm letting Messiah in, and he's going to come in. He's not going to come half in. He's going to come totally in my life. He's not going to reject me. I know that now. Come into my life. Matthew becomes not the tax collector. He becomes Matthew the disciple. Matthew, they call him Saint Matthew, the Apostle Matthew, the beloved Matthew. His life becomes what it's supposed to be. He becomes the very one who recorded all this. Matthew, the first one. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Matthew. In fact, the Sermon on the Mount, everything that we've done so far in the Gospels on Friday night is from him, through him. He becomes a blessing. He becomes this hated person, becomes the man who brings so much blessing to the world. Why? Because he let the Lord come into his house. Every part of his life. The Lord cannot use your life if you don't let him come into it. Whatever part you don't let him come into, that's what he cannot touch, and cannot change, and cannot heal, and cannot bring blessing out of it. But if you will let him come into, especially that part, that's what he will change, bless, heal, use, glorify his name. Matthew never forgot it. He never forgot. You know, he doesn't even mention it's his house here, but all the other ones do. That was Matthew's house, with all the sinners, with all that. That was Matthew's house. Matthew never forgot it, how the Lord loved him. And though no one else received him, he did not even flinch. He went. Matthew became this blessing to the world. Why? Because he opened the door. God is saying tonight, the message here, your life is to be a gift to the world. Your life is to be a gift to the world. But you have to open the door. You have to let him into every part. You have to let him in, not just to the rooms he's been in, but especially into those places in your life, in your heart, that he has not touched, that you have not let him touch. God is saying that's where the blessing is going to be now. I've come to bring healing, but you have to let it in. Let the joy touch the sorrow, and it'll change. Let the whole touch the broken, and it'll get healed. Let Messiah bring the light. What do you want lit up? Let the darkness. It's not the light that needs it. It's not the light parts of your life that need it. It's the dark parts. That's what needs to change. Let Messiah enter. That so you could be a light to the world. God is saying, I want the whole house. I want the whole house. I want every part. I want you just to open it up as it is. Don't worry, just open it up and let me touch it. Let me have it. Let me bring it in to my light, so that your life can become totally a house of light, to be a light to the world. That's why he came. God is saying tonight, let me in completely, especially there. Then your life will become what it was truly meant to be, the gift of God.